Sup everyone, I'm your female otaku and I'm here to review episode 6 of Rewrite. And just as I said last week, Lucia referred back to her old ways. And actually, a lot of you guys discussed in the comments how the fandom for Lucia is very odd. Like, yeah, of course you have like the mega fanboys that are all like, Lucia's amazing! While some people, actually a lot of people are like me in saying how her backstory is interesting, but overall her character is pretty bad or pretty dislikable. So I'm glad I'm not the only one. I'm really glad I'm not the only one who feels this way, because Lucia, she really annoyed me, man, because she was complimented and Kotaro's being super nice to her, but she still punched him for no reason, all because she feels embarrassed. Just, I hate tsunderes like that. That is not a good tsundere. But enough about the Lucia hate, I want to move on from that. The majority of this episode was trying to solve a couple of Kazamatsuri cases, most of them being rather floppy because they were like these cheap little myths that weren't anything special or supernatural. But then they came across the Rainbow Swamp, which we assume is a bunch of toxins, you know, pollution, this and that, stuff, waste, you know, just, you know, pollution that us humans have produced and ended up creating this rainbow swamp and the rainbow swamp ended up creating birth defects for various of animals. And we see the chibi moth. It's a dog. I remember seeing that in episode 1, and I remember seeing that and I was like, what the heck is that? And Kotaro's all like, oh, this is clearly a mammoth. And I'm just like, what? Like, of all the things you think that chibi moth could be, you call it a mammoth? What? like I kept on like wondering, like, why would he say that? Did I read it correctly? Did I read the subtitles correctly? But no, he even says it. He says mammoth, clearly. So, whatever, we found out that Chibi Moth is a dog, and I guess I can see it's a dog. Once I saw its little tail and things, I was all like, oh, okay. I don't know, it always looked more like a furry pig to me. Chibi Moth is actually Kotori's pet dog, and she brought him along as a bodyguard when they went into the forest. And in the forest, there's this whole discussion on humanity and Mother Nature. How like there's bugs and everything, but we pushed out the bugs and gave them a smaller section while we continue to thrive with, you know, the buildings and stuff, using more and more pesticides to keep the bugs out. And it's just the struggles. You know, Kotori understood. I like how she put it. She's just still like, life and living isn't pretty. And I'm just like, yeah, you're right. Like, sure, even though you might be a whole environmentalist, or even if you're like, yo, pro-humans, either way, like, especially for the people who are environmentalists, like, overall, life and living isn't pleasant. Like, when you really get down to it. We end up getting a flashback when Kotaro goes over to this tree where he sees the ribbon girl, and it seems that in the past, what we saw some sort of ravenous beast. And then we saw Kotori, looked like she was injured in some way, but then we see Kotaro got his like arm chopped off by the ribbon girl, and then we see Kotori's all fine chasing after Kotaro, so I'm just all like, what? So I can't wait to find out what happened over there, because that whole thing was confusing. Then we had some great Akane moments at the end of the episode. Akane, and first of all, her voice actress, I don't know who she is, but she sounds awesome. I love her voice, man. That sass. She shows that she is a boss and she doesn't play around. Honestly, I thought when I was listening to Akane talk about getting rid of the humans, I was just like, are you Koko Hekmaktiar? Like, honestly, the things that Akane was saying at the end of this episode about getting rid of humans sounds exactly like something Koko Hekmaktiar would say from Jormungand, if you've seen that. I was like, whoa. It seems that Akane hates humanity in some sort of way. Maybe that's why she started the Occult Research Club. She likes the supernatural because it's the furthest thing away from a human. Possibly, I don't know. I hope we get into her route next week. I'd really like that because I love Akane. Getting to see the mindset of Akane in this episode was too cool. And then at the very, very end of the episode, we find out that Inoue, the newspaper club president girl, she has been missing for 3 days ever since she went over into the forest where the rainbow swamp is. And it turns out she knew about the rainbow swamp. Hey, she's the one that gave it the name, but she knows about it and she went to go do some more research and she's been missing ever since. So what's up with that? I don't know. I don't really care about Inoue, but I guess I'm gonna have to anyway. So catch you later as I review Days. I'm your female otaku, sayonara.